I don't think we're going to catch the Amtrak going down. I think it already went by, going that way, earlier at like 10 till. I've never seen it early before. Just kind of blew my mind. Thought you might want to know that, right? So, good morning, though, everybody. Welcome to Monday. We're here, in theory. Anyway, shoot, I keep forgetting these Liggets. As I see, there's one of those. Yeah, I know. Probably could do better without them, right? Where's this one at? Oh, it's over here. There it is. There it be. The lights. Well, anywho, good morning. Welcome to Monday. It's another week. That's a good thing. It really is. Trust me. After I'm like, gosh, do I have to spend another week alive? Yes, you do. And I would take that in a good way. The way it works. So, we're going to run some trains, right? And see what kind of fun we can have with them. Let's see. Someplace we haven't been in a while. East Coast Main Line? We haven't done that in a bit. I'm going to run something in here to get warmed up. Let's do a quickie. Peterborough to Doncaster. Doncaster. Beverley to London. That should get us warmed up, I would think. There we go. Sure then. Unlocking the doors, sir. We gotta did that unlock them? We have to actually be in gear. Oh, gads. Now let's open them. There we go. Yeah, we got a red up there to wait on, so might be a minute before we hit the trail anyway. Let's make sure the pantograph is up. Isn't that cute? We have full head Liggets. Ooh, there was somebody running through there. I'm 24. Well, that's not too long. You can wait that. Looks like a beautiful morning in good old England. Yeah, so we got 16 miles. We still got that red there, but we'll pull up on it. Oh, we got a yellow. And a green. Very nice.
Morning, Sinker.
Good morning, sir. How are you today?
Oh, pretty good. I just got one of my mods fixed because it disappeared on me like 2 nights ago.
Oh, that's good. They'll probably be doing trucks tomorrow morning. Excuse me, but it'll be a late start. I've got my INR first thing in the morning, so I have to be there at 8 o'clock. So I'll start when I get home. As I just love how this game stutters. Whenever you're moving more than 15 miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm afraid to amp up my graphics card now. You know what I mean?
Why is that?
Like when I was playing Cyberpunk, that thing was reaching about 90% on the graphics card.
Oh, that's normal. I mean, they're designed to run, within its abilities at 97, 98%.
No, like this one was like reaching 100 almost.
Yeah, it'll do it. Mine will do that from time to time, just running gray zone.
Well, I thought it usually stutters when it does that.
No, this game stutters. I don't have problems with any other games doing it. It's just the way the Unreal Engine works in this game, and I'm not the only one that has this problem. It happens to everybody. It's the game itself. Right now, and I'm running it on ultra settings. Everything is on ultra. But yeah, there's no reason for it to do what it does, quite honestly. With the way it stutters like that, and I think it only makes it worse when I run it on ultra.
Well, my old, like, the truck that had to get fixed, Sinker, I had to run this truck on medium for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, my old computer, my CPU would max out, then my graphic card would max out, and I'll just lag there big time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think cut it out. I think in fact that I am going to run this in. I think I'm going to drop it back to high because it's just it doesn't need to run that high, and all it doesn't improve the video quality of the game. Quite honestly, it just runs everything harder and gives you no I mean I cannot see any difference between high and ultra other than the GPU runs a lot easier. Let's freshen up the cafe. Oh God, that's good. Yeah, yummy. Oh. Always good first thing in the morning. Yeah, it's not first thing, but it's morning. Oh, yeah. We love that. Cheers, everybody. Mm. Yeah, I thought it was odd. I was getting everything fired up this morning and brought up to Horseshoe Curve, and it was, like I say, it was around 10 till, maybe a little before that. And the Amtrak came down the hill. Well, that's no good. Supposed to be on time, you know, late. Ooh, we got a red coming up. Must be another train at the station ahead. Of course. Turn green right as I roll up. That's not even funny. Okay, so we got a little bit of a layover. We'll leave the doors open for everybody that wants to sit and watch people get on, and nobody. Good morning, Darko Sim. How are you this morning? Hope you're having a wonderful day. I understand. Oh, I'm still glad you're here. Ah, they don't agree, huh? I see. Oh, that can be a bummer when parts of the body are, mutinying against the rest of you. A Honda Fiat? I'll have to look at the local lots and see what kind of deals I can pick up. My love is like a red, red rose, and I'm feeling a bit thorny. That was the closest I come to a safety system. Actually announcing a grade crossing. Although it's very rare here in the States where we will have walking paths actually cross railroad tracks without warning signals for the pedestrians. I don't want to say that's just asking for it or anything like that, but you know. You don't say, well, it's no better, when your car gets hit by a train. Well, we've seen the difference of what happens between when a car gets hit by a train and a cow gets hit by a train. You can only imagine what it would look like if the fragile human body were to be hit by a train. I think that's where they actually came up with the word splat. Yeah, see, don't wanna. No, don't wanna. That's a big no.
How about no?
Yeah, see? Mm. Loves me some coffee. Oh, yeah. boy. This morning I found, the first time for me, which is odd because I thought I normally was up on most of this stuff, a new type of, or an old type, a musical device that plays music, recorded music. It was made by, invented and manufactured by somebody in Germany in the mid to late 50s, called a Fephone, F-E-F-I-O-N-E. Something along those lines. And it's like a cross between a vinyl record and an 8-track tape. Only it's not magnetic tape. It is plastic tape with grooves in it. And the player has a needle that sets into the grooves. It's really quite ingenious. I'm wondering why I'd never seen it before. I'm just absolutely amazed by it. It's the coolest thing. And the cartridges that go on it can range anywhere from a 60-minute cartridge, almost, akin to an album, to 4 hours. A really, really cool thing. I'd never seen it before. I can't believe I was this old when I found it. That's just blowing my mind. And it has fairly decent sound to it. I mean, if you think about it, they're, over 60 years old, and some of them, the cartridges still sound. They sound better than a 78 does. As far as a needle on a record kind of thing. Oh, we got something. Where is it? 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 Oh, look at that. A heritage unit. COG, Central of Georgia. Heritage locomotive on the lead. Get around that pole. Very cool. Number 8101. We don't get to see heritage units over here all that often. Very nice. Yeah, this gizmo is really cool. I mean, the cartridges are about yay big, right? And about so thick. And it has on one side, almost like figure a very small VHS tape, let's say. VHS tape this big instead of this big. The tape comes out and it goes around a wheel. And it has a pinch roller. And when you engage it, you have one switch for power, one switch to engage it, and from the side a needle comes down and sets in the grooves on the tape, right? And it's really cool, and it has decent sound to it. I mean, you have to crank up the bass a little bit to get full response out of it, but really neat stuff. I had never heard of it before, never seen one, and now I desperately want one. Have to do some modifications to it because it's made for 240 at 50 rather than 120 at 60, and the output for it has to be modified. It's like a phonograph output to get it to go into a preamp or receiver or something, but man, it's really neat. Can't believe I'd never seen one before. wacky, weird stuff. I'm telling you. Sounds like a big train DPU coming. Sounds like it. Boy. Maybe not. Well, in a curve like this, the flanges actually encounter the rail more than they normally would if you're going down a straight. You might think that the flanges on the wheels on railroad cars and locomotives are always in contact with the rails, but they're not. If you were to look at the wheels, right? Imagine you're looking straight on at the wheel. It's not square, and then the flange, on the inside of it holds it on the rail. The wheels are actually, I'm exaggerating it, but they're, taller at the flange than they are at the outside. And it actually, with it like that, rails like this, wheels like this, it tends to ride in the center. That squealing that you're hearing is when the flanges come up against the rail. Imagine if you had a really highfalutin microphone strapped to a fork and you're cutting a steak. Every time the knife hits the fork, that squeaking noise that you hear, there you go. That's what that is. Only really loud. Know what I mean? That's oversimplifying it, but that's essentially the sound you're hearing. A lot of times you won't hear that squealing until you're in a turn because the flanges are almost constantly up against. But they, if you're going down a straight stretch, they hardly touch at all. And you don't get that squeaky sound. Yeah, I was gonna say, same thing. Even when you're going slow, when you're going through the switches, coming up to the platform, before the platform, stuff like that. Why is it always raining? Why is it always raining in England? You're gonna hear it more. And, think about it. The train can be a half mile down the rails, and if it's squealing back there, the vibration's gonna travel through the rails, and you're gonna hear it here. Yeah. Most consecutive days. What do you think you are, New York City? Normally people would say, what do you think you are, Seattle? But it actually rains more in New York City than it does in Seattle. Blow your mind. Yeah. Well, it's not like I'm going so fast as to literally scare the piss out of somebody. A bunch of school kids on the side of the tracks doing their best. Really? Jordy, you think you might want to do some ETS tomorrow morning? Late start? I'm not sure how late. My appointment's at 8 o'clock roughly, 8:15. And it's a good possibility that I'm going to have to go and sit and wait for a little bit. Valentine's jobs, oh boy. I'm not pulling a heart-covered trailer. Sorry, I have to draw the line somewhere. But I'll probably have to go down and sit in the pharmacy for a while. Why? I don't know. Because it's not Valentine's Day anymore. I'm not eating any little pieces of candy that say "Be mine," "Kiss me." I'm a curmudgeonly old man. I have little pieces of candy that say "Get off," "Piss off," "Off," that kind of stuff. Touch me again and I'll sue.
Zu kontrollieren.
Oh, I don't mind the speed limits. I don't want traffic. I can get by, with speed limits. That doesn't do it so much. Those fluffy pink and purple trailers covered in hearts and stuff, what am I? Oh wow, look at that. And we goldified it. Oh, Like I say, rather than starting at 9, as my schedule says, I did redo my schedule. Big deal, right? Monday, trains rule. Tuesday, trucks rule. Friday, hey, we'll see. That's pretty much what it is in perpetuity. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. But I did sit up and do that last night. Rather than starting on the GWE remaster, okay, let's see if I can find it. Okay, you said it's remastered, huh? So what's remastered? The scenarios? Walk me in.
Kaum zu kontrollieren.
2017. Ooh, look, new. Ooh, ooh. Is that what you mean? The new stuff and junk and stuff? Yeah, okay. Geez, yes has only 3 letters in it. Would have taken. Well, let's try it. Good Lord. The Figaba. We'll try the Figaba. What's this? Don't know what that is. This doesn't have one. But, okay.
Kaum zu kontrollieren.
At least it's in a decent part of town. London, Paddington, Western. Okay. Flying Green. Ah, okay. Well, let's try this one then. Driver. Collect tickets? No thanks. How would you like to play? I'm here to drive. So does it just have new ways to tell me no?
Kaum zu kontrollieren.
Flying green banana.
Kaum zu kontrollieren.
Stopping it.
Kaum zu kontrollieren.
Unlock the doors.
You came to do this. Recycling the old music.
Kaum zu kontrollieren.
So it looks better, you think? We shall find out, shall we? Wait till 30. Oh, well, we've got a while. Ah, it's a door slammer. Far out. Oh, there's a little bit of enthusiasm down here. Where they have a choice. You can get on the black train or the blue train. Blue Train is an actual episode of Poirot. I think it has Elliot Gould in it. And his daughter gets slaughtered. I know, it sounds funny, you know, it is, but still. Who's in here? Anybody? 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 No? No? Huh. Big crowd. And shutting the doors. Watch them slam. Blam. Coolness. Well, that makes it a lot better then. I think. Nope. So Marie masterfied it, huh? I was hoping maybe that part of the remastering would have been it's music. Would have been, you know, a little easing off of the stuttering. But there. It just, I've seen the same thing, but when I've gone after it, a lot of people have it. Fox was saying the same thing. And I've got everything down to high rather than ultra. Ultra makes no difference that I can see in the graphics. Quite honestly. Turn it to custom weather. Well, you see, there's no weather happening right now, and it's doing it just as much as anything else. I might have to look into it and do a deep dive and find out, because it it's nuts. And it does it on some routes way more than others. And it doesn't seem to matter whether it's a heavily foliated route versus like a desert route. It's just the UE on this thing is yeesh. Damn it. Keep thinking that I'm hearing something on the curve. And it's been like this since TSW 2. I don't remember if I started on 2020 or 2, but anyway, it's been like this on all of the iterations of TSW. And I've had used all the different settings from box of crayons on. Yeah, well, I had it all on Ultra, and it did run the GPU hard. But again, it made no difference. And when I dropped it back to high from Ultra, it dropped the GPU down, and it's on high right now, and it's up in the 90s. So, yeah. And if you look in, the recommended setup for this thing is nowhere near what I've got. Yeah, that's what I feel like doing. In order to calm down the stuttering on this, I'm going to go ahead and drop, another $1,500 on another tower. I don't think so. of which $600 will just be memory. Yeah. I was looking into it last night. I can get the a good Ryzen 7 motherboard. It would probably, well, I'd have to get, you know, a 5080, you know, junk like that, and then the DDR5. Come on. And we'd be looking at around $2,000 at least. And a kidney, yeah. They say in here that it stutters primarily due to inherent Unreal Engine shader compilation, heavy asset streaming, which I'm not while traveling, and poor optimization. Poor optimization that struggles to manage high-density scenes. It is a common, often unavoidable issue, even on high-end PCs, caused by the engine loading new scenery, leading to frame rate drops. So, yeah, it's the game and the Unreal Engine more than the PC, a lot more than the PC. We all know it stutters. Some routes more, others less. Some high-end PCs can handle it, and then others, and you can do 1,000. Yeah, I mean, people saying they're using it on a very strong GPU and 120 hertz monitor, but still can't eliminate the stuttering. I've tried most different settings to no avail. So yeah, evidently very common. And the people at Dovetail are just like, hey, so what? Get used to it. In this case, the Unreal Engine is shit. I hate saying that, but it is. You know, most every crash I've ever had on Gray Zone has been an Unreal crash. You'd think by now they would have fingered this out. But, I mean, look at that. Yep, you are correct, sir. I mean, we love the game, but it'd be so nice if they could just do something about it. It's very common, and it's a bug that they don't seem to want to address. Looks like we got plenty of time to get in here, so we'll be able to drive up to it rather than slide through it. Good thing. Oh, jeez. Is that one of the new things? Threw new audio into it. That is a train on the hill. I know the timing was perfect, right? We just didn't want to miss. The train's coming, well, coming down the hill. Keep forgetting it's the other way. For me, it's going that way. For you, it's going that way. And it makes it look so much longer because I got my stream up over here and the actual screen here, and then OBS over here, so the train's going across all three screens, which is pretty cool. I get to see more than you do, haha. I think while the train's going by, I'm going to take this opportunity to run across the hall and use the little engineers. It'll be right back, guys. Oh yeah, it's gone. Okay. Whew. Yeah. Thank you for your patience. Where was we? We were parking and opening the doors. Come on, you do it. The passengers, they are getting loaded. Oh, yeah, there we go. And we golded it. So that was neat. Let's see what happens if we go to another place we haven't hit in a while. See how it works it out. We haven't run Lynchfield in quite some time. We've done a lot of it, but we haven't done it in quite some time. There's one. You'll be setting out empties and picking up loads, then run to Delano. What the heck? We'll make it labor intensive. Why not? I always enjoy that, don't I? But hey, at least it's during the day and there's some pretty trees. Hopefully we've got this thing turned on. We don't need the class light. We don't need no stinking class lights. What have we got outside here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, they threw an old Santa Fe back there. Okay. Series parallel. Let's turn the unit selector to 4. Right lap. Yeah, that's where we want to be. Okay. That should pretty much have us in there. See if we can't get this thing going. At least it's moving. I'll be darned. Another one coming down the hill. It's on track 2. Now heading down on track 2. Buffer, it must be a ethanol train heading down into Altoona. Always neat stuff. Almost makes me want to go back here again, because it is pretty cool if you like to watch trains. I'm guessing some of you like to watch trains, you know? Had to stop in and say hey to Chris in there. He's got 3.5 hours of 8 out of 10 cats playing. Love that show. And it's not just because Rachel is hotter than the day is long. And she is. Oh. Oof. What's up, Steve? Good day, sir. Hope you're having a fun day. And guys, let me know how you feel about the Horseshoe Curve Railfan cam during the stream. If you like it, if you don't like it. If you don't, I won't do it. You know, I'm funny that way. It's funny that we are funny that way. I like that place. You might be able to tell. You got that Dutch shelf. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, we're actually able to get in. Come on. Why is it not letting me past here? Do I have to go through the other end? Yeah, it's making me go through. The other end. Sometimes we like to take a caboose ride. It's kind of fun. Even though with roller bearings, what's the point? Other than it's just fun to ride back here. Oh shoot, we're stopping up here. Forgot just how much fun the brakes are in this thing. geez. And this is one of those where you have to actually pull it back to pull it out of emergency. Yippee. And take out the slack. You know how long it takes for this thing to get the brakes back. Come on. There we go. I love these F units. Beautiful locomotives, but they are not all that much fun to drive, strangely enough. You've got to be kidding me. I'm no kidding. And of course, it would have to start to rain. And somebody turns on the lights. Makes sense to me. Oh, I've got to stop in 250 feet, so, and the brakes on these things are marginal at best. And I think we're either setting out some stuff here or picking up some stuff or both. I forget. We'll find out right up here. And they shut down the lights again. Oh, come on. And this route has no flat area in it at all. Uncouple 36. Good lord. So maybe we're going to pick up the ones that are sitting there. Okie dokie. Better not have locked it back up again. Still unlocked. There we go. Hopefully they'll stay there. They should. Ah, see that? See how the wheels are beveled? Remember we were talking about that? But yeah, we're going in to hitch up to those ones that are on the siding and add them to it. Oh, he's on a different track. Why are we going so far? Get out of here. There's definitely got to go to there. So we've got to overshoot the switch by at least a half a mile. What the heck? Okay, thought I had that turned on before. And of course, when we get up there, it'll be, you know, top of the hill. Either that or maybe that one locomotive that was sitting back there is doing our switching for us right now. That'd be cool. It doesn't surprise me. Really? 14 feet won't let me have it? Oy vey. And coupled to 6 vehicles. Where? Look at this. All the way back here. So it's going to have us go all the way back, and it lined it up for us. Our farthest back is right here. And it's going to make us go all the way back through the tunnel and back there. Sure. Just that kind of sense. We'll get out of the tunnel, we're going to run ahead and make sure that, actually, before we take off, let's make sure this is unlocked. We're coming up on a red. Oh, cats. Yeah, I really needed that. Okay, if I pass out. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, thank you. Whew. Sure. What was the thought process of what? Stretching? I see. I appreciate that. Gosh, you guys are swell to me. Always thinking of me. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I need to get them in more. Let's go get these guys. We are right on the edge here. And it's going to have us pull this string out way down the line and then back all the way back up to grab the rest of our string. You watch. Thanks for the alert there, big guy. And again, with the lights out. Oh, come on. wait for the brakes to charge on those 6 cars we just picked up. Okay, at least it gave us the yellow. Cheers, y'all. Yummy. It is just about time, coming up on that time of year, to dial back the cranial fiber on the face, trim the beard, as it were. And probably get a haircut as well. You know. Time to invest in a new chair. I mean, it's still holding my butt off the floor, but still, it is coming apart. You can hardly see. But yeah, it's starting to flake, so to speak. It does get quite a bit of wear. I sit in it a lot. I love how it chucks you out in the middle of everything. Okay, let's... Thank you for that. If I hadn't asked them, it wouldn't have let me have it. It would have cut us off right there. Sure, it's got us lined up to our cars. Good. Well, you can really tell that that car is loaded. We were talking about this the other day. The gap right here in there compresses the springs. If it was empty, this would be a lot smaller. As you can tell, this is the car, this is the truck, and it's compressing down on the springs. There's more than 3 springs there. There's a whole shit ton of springs on both sides. Yeah. A lot of times if you can't see in the top, that's how you can tell if a car is loaded or not. But at least they're good at showing that. That's just only looking after yourself, isn't it? Uncouple 40. Really? What the heck are we doing now? Okay, stay there. Thank you. Oh, we're gonna do put these in there? We sure are. Good morning, Zeke. Or good afternoon for you. Hope you're having a beautiful Monday. Although it's not your Monday, it's your Wednesday. Yeah, no, it's your Thursday. Yeah. It's your Thursday. But then if you think about it, at the same time, going with that train of thought or line of reasoning, who has to deal with who? Would you rather them deal with me or me have to deal with them? So, yeah. Getting even more philosophical. I would rather they have to deal with me than me have to deal with them most of the time. That's right. They don't exist unless we actually see them or conceive of their being a being. It's deep, son. Deep. Might just be a concept, and a loosely based concept at that. We can just dump the whole thing into a bucket marked others. stop on a siding? Doesn't say to hitch up to anything. Where are we going? Going right back onto the siding to stop. Okay. And again, why did we have to pull the trailing, I guess, past this signal? And then maybe this guy will come out and drag it somewhere. Because that drag is long. We shall see. That's just a wider look at the same thing. There is a band there that exists between us and them, right? No, then it goes from a conceptualization to a realization. And basically, the only way, let's make sure here that we have, the only way to actually, go from us and them to we and they, between actually being there and possibly being there is like the difference between actual and kinetic. So, we start to go from this to theology here real quick. That they only exist because of our belief in them. German philosophers versus Greek philosophers. Didn't they have a soccer match at one point? Oh, we're dropping off some cars in there, then we're going to go back and grab the rest of the string. Okay, now I get it. So yeah, I mean, their actual existence doesn't manifest itself into our scope until we have actual contact. This is true. This is true. Yeah, that we can take that whole being thing right off the table. Being in a physical form versus being as far as I'm here. Or being there. Right? So we have to take the entire envelope, not just its contents, into consideration here when we try to, put a volumetric label on it. windshield's getting wet again at the other end of this. Yeah. We're going to put this here and just block the road. Can't get down to the fouling point. We'll see if it gives it to us. It does. Good. Just leave these empties here. Love the kitty whiskers here. These old, what do they call them? Had an American Indian, American natural influence to the name. War bonnet is what they call them. War bonnet livery, and those are kitty whiskers on the front. We're gonna, before we leave the area here, we're gonna sneak in here and unlock that. There we go. That's actually got a Mars light in the front of it. I don't think ours does. No. I normally put the controller up here for a Mars light. Uh-oh. Ooh, a triple header. Oh, that's just a light power move going up the hill to Johnstown. Oh, shoot, 4? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Wow. Still a light power move, but that's not really light. And normally they store the helpers down at the bottom. Unless they're running them up to the Juniata yard. The engine house up there. Very cool. Like to see those from time to time. You would think that it would let us back down to our string now. No, we have to go all the way up past that signal. Probably because the dispatcher doesn't even know where we are until we break that signal. We'll unlock the coupler on that Santa Fe before we take off. Ding. Thank you again. Otherwise, we would have ran a red. Sure, this is still good and unlocked. They tend to do that. They will lock themselves. Okie doke, sir. Appreciate you coming by. Getting your brain on. Have fun. Seriously. How long it takes to charge. Ooh, that's faster to charge than I thought. I know that's not just slack being taken up. Ugh. I have to go back in again. Oh, we left the door open at least. You watch, it'll be raining on the other side of the mountain. Those two do look awfully fresh, don't they? Fresh and shiny. I really wonder if those weren't the same 5 that went up the hill earlier. That'd have been awful fast. Unless this cut was just sitting at the top of the hill. I mean, right at the top. Yes, there you go. Fresh too. So are those. Jeez. Have you ever really tried? Huh. No, it's still raining. Looked like it had stopped there for a second. Behind back. has stopped. Thank you for that tip again, Darko, for the timeline. I appreciate that, for that keybind. Did not know that. Uh-oh. What the heck is that? Oh, another one heading up. We're not going to sit and watch the whole thing go by. But one going up. It was loud. Very realistic sound effects for the stream, yeah. And we golded it. Wow. Outstanding. Oh, I think we're gonna call it right there. I think we're gonna run over and rate out KS. He is doing some driving. I'm pretty sure on ATS. Yeah, he's on ATS this morning. We're gonna run over there and rate him out. There he is. And it's nighttime, and he's got the red lights going. And it looks like he's got a Striker up there, a Striker radio. Recognize those radios. Righto. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming by. KS, of course, for being here. Zeke for being in. Jordy for being in. Darko. Of course, always good seeing you. I know we had some other people in here too. Wacky Steve was in here. Oh, and there was somebody else, I thought. But we know you guys have all been here. And it's always good seeing everybody. If you missed something, you can either watch this as a VOD on Twitch later on, or you can go by and watch it on YouTube. That's right, I do have a YouTube channel. Really sorry to mention that. But, yeah. And this will be on there in a day or two. So, you know how those things go. So, again, everybody, have a great Monday, the rest of it. We'll be back tomorrow. Like I say, it'll be a late start, but we'll be doing some driving, probably over in Europe. And we'll see how that goes. You never know. Should be joined by the Jordy Lion over there. And it'll be a good time. So until then, everybody, peace, have fun, don't die.